Let's talk about South Africa. It doesn't want to do much with the West, and that's understandable. 21% of all their imports come from China. Only 8.7 comes from America. 12% of all their exports go to China as well. Now, that country being South Africa's largest trading partner isn't the only reason why they're in China's pocket. 45% of South Africa's external debt is held by China. $20 billion. This gives China a huge leg up in one of the largest GDPs and most developed economies in the African continent. South Africa has a GDP of about $405 billion, the third largest economy in Africa. They are a huge source of gold and platinum, export oil, and a great deal of other commodities that China and the world economy relies on. But their economy is still quite stagnant. They haven't even reached their GDP from 2006. Kept the amount of foreign direct investment into that country quite low until the past couple years. While South Africa had trouble getting that foreign direct investment, they were able to accrue some easy debt from China. Lo and behold, South Africa, China, and Russia and the other BRICS nations become good friends, and we see this huge uptick in FDI, namely the UK. And a bidding war is exactly something that can help the South African economy. The West is clearly threatened by China's strong relationship with South Africa, which is such a resource-rich country. We'll probably see a continued uptick in foreign direct investment from the West and, of course, easier loans from the IMF. China won't like that one bit, and they will probably continue a more generous policy towards this country. And I'm sure a lot of Westerners mock the instability that's still going on in South Africa. While the West colonized and subjugated most of Africa, there was a system of subjugating the native populace called apartheid that existed for over a century. The first Europeans to colonize were the Dutch in 1652, and then the British started colonizing it in 1806. By the 1880s, the descendants of the Dutch called the Boers, and the British had a fight over who got to subjugate who. The British won. And for over 188 years, the native population in South Africa had to be treated like second or third class citizens in their own country. There are a great deal more demographics than you'd think in South Africa. There are the black South Africans, the colored South Africans, the white South Africans, Indian, Chinese, and of course, under apartheid, we know which group got the preferential treatment. I'm sure a lot of Westerners are saying, what? That's not true. Our countries were against apartheid and blah, blah, blah. If that was the case, how on earth did South Africa get their hands on some of the most advanced Western weaponry? Israel sold hundreds of millions of dollars in weaponry that they bought from the West to the South Africans so they could keep subjugating their own people and launch military excursions outside their country's borders. They just went through a major regime change recently, 1994, just 30 years ago. So this country is still getting on its feet, and they most likely don't want to learn to stand, walk, and run again with the same type of people who kept them oppressed for so long. That's what makes BRICS so enticing. In the long run, I think BRICS will collapse in on itself, but still, South Africa is making a statement that's justified. I'm the Geo Husar, and I wish peace and prosperity for the people of South Africa. Thanks for watching.